Hi guys, it's your boy the H. Sorry for the lack of content last couple of days. Hasn't been anything really massive, which hasn't already been spoken about, but I thought I'd do a little video quickly just about some remarks Joe Markowski and Dillian Whyte said. So basically, I'm going to paraphrase, but they both said in their own way that hardcore boxing fans need to get a life and shut up talking about stuff they don't know about. And the thing is, here's my point. I won't call myself a hardcore fan. I think I'm quite knowledgeable in terms of boxing, MMA. I think I'm more of an all-round fan. Like, I've got decent knowledge, I think, on different sports, NFL, NBA, which I'll be talking about soon when it comes, when it restarts the season. Boxing, MMA, wrestling, everything. Do you know what I mean? I think I'm very knowledgeable in certain aspects. If you talk about Japanese wrestling, or if you talk about mixed martial arts, BJP, GSP era. If you talk boxing, probably Endo Kichiko era into modern times, a lot more, or even the 90s, Tyson times, a lot more than say like the 80s and 70s. I've got decent knowledge on that, but not like what I'd call extreme hardcore. That being said, I don't really see the point of going against your core audience, because at the end of the day, the casuals are the ones who are going to buy the pay-per-views. They're the ones who are going to basically deify a guy who they don't know and make you to a mainstream star. That is true. But it's the hardcore guys who are going to be buying, like DAZN. DAZN's going to be hardcore boxing fans. I don't know anyone random who even knows what DAZN is, unless you're a boxing fan or a mixed martial arts fan. I know in other countries they've got other sports rights packages. But go watch Joe Markowski's interview. It's on Seconds Out. I think it's with Danny Flexen. And basically he says, oh, what do you think about people criticising DAZN because they've got the international rights for the KSI and Logan Paul rematch? And he says, oh, they should get a life. And then why are they criticising it, blah blah blah. And then Dillian Whyte on IFL video interview, he basically says, oh, these hardcore boxing fans, they don't know what they're on about, blah blah blah. Two things. One, obviously Dillian Whyte's a bit personally upset about the B sample thing, but let's be honest guys, what's going on? We still don't know. So basically the A sample was months ago, and usually the B sample was out within a week, maybe two weeks max. It's been months and months, no one's had it. There's a big rumour going around right now that he's actually doing his ban, so he has been banned and he's carrying it out now, but Eddie Hearn's trying to keep it under the wraps. I don't know if that's the case or not. Obviously it's speculation. A lot of other boxing channels have speculated that, and like my channel's all around in general, but a lot of particularly boxing channels have speculated that. But yeah, I find it a bit strange. It's like, look at films. I went to watch Joker the other day. I'm not going to give you a review or anything, but I really liked it. I thought it was a really good film. I thought it made some good points about society, about the guy, the main character, Arthur Fleck. I thought it was a great film, yeah? I can have that opinion. I'm not an official film critic, but I'm still allowed to have my opinion on whether a film's good or not, right? It's a subjective thing, and it's all of our opinions. You may value an Oscar winner's opinion more than mine. Martin Scorsese, you might appreciate his comments on comic films more than myself, because I've got comic book tattoos, and obviously I'm going to prefer certain comic book films. That being said, I don't think all comic book films are amazing. I wouldn't even say they're on the level of Shawshank Redemption. I like Winter Soldier to a high extent. But do you guys know what I mean? What I'm trying to say is, how can you quantify what one person's opinion is worth? Like, it's a bit stupid, isn't it? So when Dillian Whyte is saying, oh, they don't know what they're talking about, like, to be honest, a lot of hardcore boxing fans, not everyone, but a lot of them probably know more about boxing than Dillian Whyte. Most boxers, a lot of boxers just go in there, they box, they do the job, and that's it. A lot of the hardcores, they actually live it, especially Boxing Talk with Ade. Boxing Talk with Ade, he literally is one of the most hardcore boxing fans on YouTube or in the world. He really does eat, breathe, sleep, and live the sport. So yeah, I don't know. I just think sometimes these guys, I know they haven't got PR reminders, but it's to think. It's literally think. Like those extra 5 to 10 to 15 seconds before it leaves here and comes out here, because it's going to alienate a lot of your audience. Not all of it. Like I said, me personally, I don't see myself as a hardcore, and I don't really care, because I understand people say stupid stuff, especially these guys. They're not role models. Let's be honest, they're not role models. They're not people you're going to sit down and like read a thesis if they ever wrote one, if they ever wrote a dissertation. They're not the kind of people that hopefully are going to become parliamentary members. So at the end of the day, they're doing their sport, let them do their sport. Markowski I'm a bit more surprised by, because he's obviously highly educated from what I gather. So I'm a bit surprised that he did that, but maybe he just thought, oh, I'm getting a lot of criticism about this KSI Logan Paul fight. Let's just tell them to get a life. But yeah, it's a bit strange because if they get a life, then guess what? They probably wouldn't pay their money for the zone, would they, mate? But it is what it is. Yeah, it's a quick little short video on that, guys. Thought I'd see what you guys think. Comments below, please, if anyone's got any thoughts. Cheers, guys.